Welcome back to a new season of Hot Rod Garage. I'm Tony Angelo. This maniac is Lucky Costa.
Hello.
And we were thinking about the new season, what to build, and we realized we've got all sorts of stuff left over that's really just unfinished business. And we should take care of it.
We should.
Yeah, we should make good. We've got this El Camino. It's one of our prettiest cars. It's got a 5.9 Cummins in it that makes 2 million foot-pounds of torque. And we've only ever drove this car like a half a block. We were towing like 40,000 pounds at the time, but we really haven't seen any miles on here. So maybe we take it and see what it does with the track.
It does need something.
This is the last car we built, our 73 Duster. It's got a 5.7 Hemi in it from an 05 Charger. It sounds good, and it hasn't even pulled out of the shop yet. It needs exhaust. It needs a couple of steering things. We've missing some headlights, small stuff, but it'd be nice to make it a driver.
Nice.
And then last but not least is our Bone Marrow. This is a long time project car we have. It's a 10-second drag car we built as cheaply as we could, but the last time we took it out, we heard it pretty bad. We smoked the transmission or the torque converter. It decided third gear doesn't work anymore, and it could really use a set of gears, and this thing will be an absolute rocket ship. We've got all these cars that maybe we built them and didn't drive them, or maybe we drove them and didn't race them. So what we decided to do is take all three of these cars, get them fixed up, take them to the track, and have some fun.
Nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be sweet. We've got our 1970 El Camino. We've been calling our Diesel Camino. It's in the exact state it's been, and we got it fired up a year and a half ago. But it's a diesel, it still runs. Lucky took it out this weekend.
Had to move some furniture.
Did a little putting around in it. But what do you think? Just some brakes and make sure it goes straight?
Yeah, really, I think the brakes are just worn out.
Yeah, for sure. And we're just like it's just the two of us here. I know you've seen other TV shows where they're like, everyone's struggling to get there. If we don't get this done, we're gonna have to sell the shop.
I hope this sells at auction.
If we don't get this car sold, they're gonna beat my dog. So we don't do that here. We just build cars and drive them.
Right.
So I'm thinking check the linings in the back because they're probably shot. The front's probably shot from holding power braking it, and then that's it. We'll move on to the next.
Basic maintenance. This is old, antiquated dinosaur turd technology. Blue, never a good color for a brake rudder.
Yeah. It shouldn't look like a sweet, early vinyl, maybe Electric Warrior, something good and classic. No, this is wrong.
We have a new spring kit, new retainers, the wheel cylinder looks brand new. The shoes have seen minimal amounts of usage, so I'm probably just gonna hit that with some sandpaper, clean up the drums, put them back on. I think all the issues are in the front, and then we'll get rid of all the old brake fluid, and we're good. So the brake line kit that we chose gives you two options because there's a bunch of different options in the rear differential and brake line sizes. So instead of them going back and forth with you not knowing what you have in your car, they just sent you both of them. Kind of a good idea.
So one big problem we had once we fitted the 1,000-pound diesel motor into this thing is that the front end was bouncing and dragging on the ground. It was a mess. It's just too much for the stock shocks and springs. So our buddies at QA1 sent over 625-pound springs and beefier shocks, and this thing rides way better. It totally worked.
Tony, karate. Karate.
So the brake pads we're gonna run are EBC Ultimax 2s, which is just like their high-end replacement series. It's not like one of their racing pads, but they should work really well on this thing. You just drive nice and easy for like 200 miles, and then these things are dialed.
These brake pads are definitely using up every inch of space for them. That is crazy. And it all goes together smooth. Same in the front as we did in the back. We took off the old rotten lines. These aren't as bad as the one in the back, but they're probably still bad. And we put these new steel braided lines on. Plenty of clearance, make sure they don't hit anything, and wipe all the grease off the rotors, Tony.
And everybody else.
Wait, hold on.
DJ Dorky Jeff over here.
DJ, tell your mom to call me.
Wow.
Coming up on Hot Rod Garage.
Thinking about going on break today, Tony.
Dude, the only brakes you should be working on are the ones in this El Camino!